Following a massive Allied naval invasion in summer 1944, the Polish troops along the border have launched an all-out offensive and are attacking our lines all across the board. Except for the slightly understaffed Vitebsk fortifications, everything seems to be relatively fine. So we'll send one division as a reinforcement to Vitebsk just in case. But I think everywhere else we're pretty much okay to deal with this as it goes. And there's not too much of a threat here. Okay, so that's calming down. Everybody's getting back to their positions. Everybody is digging in. And we have defeated this invasion. One problem that we're facing pretty much at this point is that Japan has capitulated. Well, this is not so much a problem all in itself, except for obviously there's no more war going on here. The bigger problem is that it means that the Americans now have nothing better to do than to come and kick me and potentially the Soviets. And it looks like the Allies are breaching the river lines here in the Soviet Union and are extending their advances in the south as well. Hopefully they'll get bogged down sufficiently. So the plan here is, for now, to complete the construction of a supply hub. I know it's not perfectly on the front lines, but that's because I had to start constructing it way before we actually took this territory, which should enable us to conduct offensive operations here. And in the meantime, we are going to push in the north towards Tromsø, and we now have Kirkenes supplied, and that means we should be okay to extend the lines here, and we will then try to connect Kirkenes and Tromsø. At the same time, we'll try to very slowly build up our civilian industry, because there's just way too little of it. But everything else takes precedence. So let's just quickly make sure that the Allied assaults in the south here are petering out. And I think Grodno and Vitebsk were the last ones here. So Grodno's held, and I think Vitebsk is about to hold as well. We're pretty well dug in here, and even though the enemy has aerial superiority, now we've got two divisions stationed here, and everybody else is moving back into the front line, so that should be okay. I was kind of... Why are we not having supply here again? Okay. This is probably state-level supply problems that we're having here, because the state has to supply a lot of things and there's no hub in the area. I would love to extend the lines here at some point, but I'm not tussling with the Soviets here for now. Instead, we are going to begin, once these divisions are in place, we are going to begin assaulting the Soviets in the north, because these troops are now cut off. And one thing that I can actually show you that is quite fascinating to see is the amount of equipment that we're capturing, especially from engagements where the enemy is losing large amount of troops due to encirclements. So, for example, this little Danish wipeout here has netted us a fair amount of infantry equipment and a couple of good artillery pieces and other things. So it's definitely working. And there was one large, the 75,000 American troops that they've lost. And again, a fair amount of everything that's been captured. And that really helps our stockpiles, and generally helps us with getting ready for the next offensives and training up some more troops. So one thing I'm considering that we may have to change our approach to naval invasions, especially if the Americans are becoming more like this. Right? They're immediately starting the next naval invasion. So one in Narva, and it turns out that actually, we have two divisions in. Are we not covering Narva? Yes, we are. So please send one division over there, and the other one in the Novgorod region. That's probably Leningrad. So I'm already sending the. I think I'm already sending the marine divisions over to deal with that. But we may have to let some in at some time in order to just whittle down the troops in a controlled manner, unless we can make something happen. But before that, we are going to focus on trying to do something in the north, especially that there is tungsten, and tungsten is something that we're short of. So right now we're still a little short of steel, but tungsten is something that we need. So we are, unfortunately, I think we've lost a couple of factories at some point, which means our mechanized equipment production line has gone down, but we'll get another one going once we have a couple more factories. We do have to prioritize fortifications, however, along the lines, and we'll try to get that all sorted. Building an airport in Lappi as well, so we can get some air support. And I'm probably already going to send the... Where's my close air support? Naval bombers. That's a naval bomber wing. You need to exercise, please. In fact, everybody, please, just exercise up. But can I get the... They're my close air support wings. And another close air support wing and one fighter wing. Let's bring these up already north towards northern Scandinavia until the airport here is going to be completed, and then we will move them in for general air support. We do have a new fighter model researched, but I don't have the air experience just yet, so we'll deal with that in a minute. For now, given that the front there has resolved itself, let's begin wiping out the remaining Soviet resistance here in the north. I am not sure if that's an attack. Oh, okay. This is across river attacks, so it's less than ideal. One thing, thanks for pointing that out in the comments, I really should be doing is not start the assault with one division and then send some more in, because that'll get them into reserves. It'll be better to send everybody in from the very beginning, so as to make sure that they're all participating instantly in the battle. So once the airport construction in Lappi is complete, then we'll send the aircraft over. We do have supply issues here severely, so we might have to fall back out of this salient if things get critical. But hopefully the Allied troops are starting to be a bit stretched now. And there's the naval invasion already. They have taken Narva. Probably my division wasn't quick enough to reach it. Okay, that means I am going to need these two divisions to retake Narva, please. So can I get you there on the quick? And obviously we are not easily retaking that. That's because we had pulled the divisions off, and yeah, that's the naval invasion right now. So we'll bring the naval divisions over this, and then we can wipe out these Dutch divisions there. Hopefully before more enemy divisions are showing up. The port guards just haven't made it there in time. So we'll go around, so we don't have to do a cross-river attack, and we'll keep them busy in the meantime with the port guard division. In the north, we have taken the territory, and I think we have a good chance. Actually, we have a chance here to wipe out some Allied troops. Yeah, there are 3 Allied divisions, so let's get rid of these. So let's make sure. Actually, let's attack here first and make sure that these divisions here. There's a bunch of Norwegian divisions, but they're extremely out of supply. Such that these 3 divisions up north there cannot escape. So we'll push them out here first, and then we can clean these up in the north. And I think we have the First Army troops here, but they are a little low on supply, unfortunately, because I think they're at the edge of what Kirkenes can supply. Yeah, sort of at the edge of Kirkenes' supply. Kirkenes is probably, yeah, it's limited. It's limited by damage and by the railway system. Okay, so that's worked out. Hang on, where are my other divisions? Ah, here. Okay, so let's make sure we get across there before these divisions do. We are losing. We're losing 2 logistics strikes. Okay, so that's in the east here, and that means we are probably going to be needing. Yeah, we're going to be needing anti-air here as well. So this is the Naval region. I have sort of deprioritized some of the anti-air, but if we are being struck there, I might have to do that again. The problem is it always holds me back. It's probably now at the bottom of it. Yeah, there it is. So we don't want to do it as first priority, but we'll get it done after the after the airport is complete. They are attacking. We're still getting assaulted here. It's still the Polish that are really keen to pick a fight here. We've got the divisions in place now, so we should be able to retake Narva without too much problems once they have a little bit of supply. And that's the only naval invasion we're dealing with right now. Currently, there's no air, so let's restart the operations. We've got 1, 2, 3 naval bomber wings, 4 naval bomber wings, 3 fighter wings. We're going to start getting better naval bombers once I have the XP to make that happen. I'm probably going to need like 30 or so to design myself too. So let's go for air superiority, naval strikes, and port strikes. And that might take down some divisions en route as well on the water, and that would be great. So, quick look at the north. Just making sure that that we get there before these divisions are retreating, hopefully. And yeah, okay, we've got them encircled. That means these divisions are going to be wiped out. Perfect. And we are already starting to sink. Yep, submarines. Okay, I'll take it. We'll start sinking submarines. So let's begin. I do want to get these Dutch out here before they start reinforcing significantly. Germany's shipping troops here now, which is quite unnecessary, really. You're just risking your troops being sunk in convoys. So we've got this. And yeah, we are attacking convoys. Unfortunately, the problem with that is that we easily lose planes against convoys, which is a little unfortunate because convoys themselves basically get if they don't get destroyed, they instantly regenerate. So because they are off map, they're an off map type. But we can also sink them from time to time, and we can obviously do damage against shipping that's out at sea. So I think all in all, that's a good thing. Okay, we're pushing into Narva, and I think we will be able to recapture that without too much trouble. So let's focus again on the northern situation. All right, we've got the divisions in place now to assault the Soviets. And this division stays, and everybody from here just support that assault. The other thing I wanted to do while we're doing this, I did want to get an improved cavalry template going. I think I'm good in terms of setup here. I could go with proper heritage, but it's 35 army XP, and then it's it might not be a bad one actually, because we're done with the doctrines. It gives us so professional officer corps gives us 5% experience gain, but this gives us supply combat penalties on core territory, which we are fighting on. So that at times at least, and it helps us. It helps us with the cavalry unit design. Anything else that we could really use? This is command power gain. Maybe elevated engineering. because it gives us plus 20% railway gun bombardment, but then again we only have one of them. So, but I'm thinking of switching to proper heritage for now, which gives me 5% cavalry attack. So the reason I'm thinking of cavalry, let's see how expensive that would be. So we have currently, I think, one cavalry design that we could work with, and that's this one, which does have recon, but obviously just 2 cavalry. The reason I'm thinking to use cavalry is the maximum speed. They are actually faster, and they do get a move. They get a speed improvement even in forest. A slight as of plus 5% movement, minus 5% attack. Unfortunately, I think the 5% movement is from the recon detachment, but they're generally faster. So we could use that as a sort of low, like a low-tech mobile unit, because if we're out of supply, anything that's motorized is going to just run out of fuel very quickly. So that might not be a bad thing to have along the front line here for some quick operations to exploit things, because this is all very forested here, and generally the forest tiles are increasing the movement cost. So anything, I mean, obviously that's the same for me as well, but if we can exploit a couple of things, cut railway connections and similar. So I am thinking of reactivating these cavalry division here, and then we can we can switch to proper heritage, which gives them plus 5% attack, and we get the design for free, and we have the minus 20% combat supply penalties if we're running low on supply, which is, are we operating on core territory at this point here, or are we outside core territory? This is not core territory anymore. Well, no, technically it is Finland, so yeah, so this should work. So this should count as our course. So let's design that. So okay, first of all we switch, so we get the design for free. So let's switch to proper heritage. Okay, cost us 35 army XP, but now we can we should be able to do this for free. Yes. So that allows us to bring that up to a decent size. That's a 20 with cavalry, and we do want the engineers for attack bonuses and for additional movement, and we probably want support artillery. I'm going to use these in the north, so I don't really need support AA. I could add the maintenance company, but I don't have the army XP anymore. I might just add add regular artillery for 25. So 1 artillery battalion, and then I don't have the army XP to do the support company. Okay, let's remove that. Instead do the support artillery for now. We could make them just a little larger, honestly, and because we can add cavalry for free. So what we can do is make that a 30 with cavalry, which is decently powerful in terms of things. But I don't have an awful lot of manpower, so I'm sort of tempted not to do that. So this would be not quite as powerful, but we'll add an artillery once we have a bit more army XP. Instead, I can add the maintenance company, and then we'll call that one done for now. So let's finish up the Soviets here once we have a little bit more army XP, and there's a lot of naval combat going on. Yeah, that's the problem now against convoys. Yes, the Dutch have been reinforcing, but it's not going to help them because where's my naval? Where are my naval divisions? Oh, they've been Yeah, the Dutch are reinforcing, but I don't think that'll help them. Other than that, we'll just end up wiping these troops out. So we've got them bottled up in Narva, and okay, improved radar is done. So I've got one more to go, and that'll give. There are a couple of useful traits here actually. So anti-air hit is getting improved as well. We haven't built any radar stations, but we have quite some successes from that. Yeah, we're sinking some convoys here. It looks like they are trying to send more troops in, and sinking troops on the sea is a good way of getting rid of them. Unfortunately, that means I'm not getting any. I'm not getting anything out of the maintenance companies, but oh well. Okay, let's leave the divisions here. Let them recover a little bit while we're attacking from the other side. We'll just keep the pressure on, honestly. No, keep the pressure going. And we have to make sure they're not breaking out from here. So we'll for temporary. No. I don't want to remove the whole standing order. That's not something we want to do. You guys, do you want to attack them as well? Because we are getting more and more divisions here. Okay, we do need to keep the attacks up, otherwise they will break out of that. Oh, they've got 8 divisions in here by now. Otherwise they will break out of the encirclement here. You're holding this. I'm gonna get 1 division over there, and I'm just gonna try and hold them for now. So just pin them down to make sure they're not breaking out. Until we get the division in place here. That should be there in a minute. There we go. Okay, and counterattack again. But our divisions are extremely exhausted, so unfortunately, by the looks of it, they've now got 9 divisions here. We will have to bring someone. We will have to bring someone over. So let's pick 2 divisions to give them a front line here, and rush them over, please. This one too. Okay. We might not be able to. We'll have to contain that. This is what I meant. We'll have an opportunity to wipe out quite a few divisions here. Plus, we are sinking submarines, but also transports and submarines. We're sinking things on the sea, quite a little, at this point with our float planes. Okay, in the north, we do have to maintain our momentum here. So let's wipe out the Soviet divisions here. Okay, and you support the assault. And you can support the assault to widen the combat width. And because they don't have anywhere to go, so you can already start working on these Soviet divisions here and wipe these out. We'll just get 1 to support the attack. But that gives us an opportunity for another encirclement. Just 1 of them needs to stay. Okay. Back to... okay, they have broken out. But I think we'll be able to push them back without too much problems. And then we'll work on reducing that incursion there. We're still getting attacked here. Is it still the Polish doing it? I think it's still the Polish doing that. And here we are. Yeah, it's no, actually it's Yugoslavians. Okay, do have to make sure that we can push these back, please. That would be good. Start working on Narva again. Unfortunately, they have supply because they're holding the port. So, okay, we stop the attacks first. We have to wait for them to. We'll have to wait for them to. We'll have to wait for them to be encircled again. because they do have, they should have supply there. We are trying to sink their shipping. Okay, see if we can encircle all these allied divisions here. And I think we have managed that. And once we have that done, then we can wipe out this this group here as well. I think we have enough army XP now to... oh no, I need 25 for an artillery. Okay, not yet. Okay, we're moving into place. And then we'll wipe out this little encirclement here of allied divisions. Just pin them to make sure they're not getting anywhere. While these guys move into place. Okay. And we are in place. Which means I don't think, because this is Soviet held, so I think we can attack here from all directions. And you as well. And you support. Okay, let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4 divisions. Attack. Start the assault, and then you can support the attack from there. And you just hold there. They should be encircled. Yes, they are encircled, because they can't get out because these are allied divisions. So we've got 9 allied divisions here that will be wiping out. Nice. Plus, we are still trying to push these guys back again, and it looks like we are still struggling to do so. So even with the tank division involved, we'll see if we can manage to push them back. I'm still not sure why I have 2 divisions in Leningrad, but once we have pushed them back, we'll restart the assaults on Narva and wipe out. Well, we are wiping out divisions all over the place here. Yeah, I think oh wow, with 2 submarines, 1 convoy, another 2 submarines, another convoy. I think the convoys are going to get expensive as well. In terms of, yeah, the naval attacks here are quite successful at this stage. I'm surprised that I thought that the port attacks would be doing more damage, but I think these convoys are actually working. Convoy attacks are working reasonably well. Okay, we should be able to push them and bottle them up in Narva, and then if we can push these 2 back. And then, oh, do I need another division? I can pull another one off Novgorod. Let's get in 3rd division over there. What I really need is more divisions in the 1st army, so they can start. They can start with. Yeah, they're sending more and more divisions in. So the 1st army can start with. Can be there to. Let's push them actually. The 1st army can be there to clear up these incursions really. Pull anyone else off the front line. Let's get you over as well. Yes, they are now trying to push out again here. Okay, that's not something that we want to have. Pin them in place, please. While we are sorting out our defenses here. Yeah, they're shipping more and more divisions in now, so we do need to contain this. At the same time, I have to mind my northern front and not lose the opportunity here. There's another Norwegian division that we have an opportunity to cut off. So let's let these troops move out first, because again we are at the edge of our supply lines. So this is starting to get difficult. But someone's moving north, so let them complete that move, and then we'll see if we do anything else. For now, I think we will have to deal with this incursion, and we have held. So, yep, they have a fair amount of divisions there, but I'm not managing to sink the convoys. But we've held on the defense, and we just need to clear up this one incursion here to make sure that. Okay, give me another 2 divisions here, 3 divisions here, then we can finish this off without too much trouble. Okay, let's stop first. Let the remaining troops arrive. Haven't sunk this one, and then we will deal with it. Just checking if anything else is going sideways in the south here. I think that Königsberg line is looking a little thin at this point, but I think that was always the case. The other thing that I'm thinking of doing is to work on submarine tech. So specifically, let's get submarines researched. Because I think we can, at some point, start... Yeah, we're sinking them in the open much easier than in the ports, to be honest. Let's get submarine tech researched, because we are starting to take out a lot of shipping here. And in my experience previously, port strikes have been the more effective way of doing this. But, okay, maybe things have changed a little. Okay, we'll deal with Narva. And then we will... we will resume operations in the north. But yeah, submarines would be kind of a nice addition to things. Another naval invasion in northern Finland. But I think I've got 2 divisions here. That hopefully is enough, because I don't really have anyone else while we are dealing with this one here. So let's once again assault them from all regions and push them back into Narva. And then we can restart the assault on Narva proper while we've got these divisions pushed out here. Yeah, that's the Novgorod area where we are being, and I think this is probably Allied air bombardment, getting attacked still. I think still by Poland. Yeah, these are Polish divisions attacking. It's no real threat. Just have to keep an eye on it. And make sure that we are dealing with this naval invasion in a timely manner. But I want the debuffs on Narva by having only a single, being on a single tile or a single province. So let's make sure that okay, don't waste your efforts here. I think we've got this. We've got the divisions coming in from this side, so we'll manage to bottle them in. And okay, they have landed here, but they haven't taken Vasa. So, and we are sinking them on the, or we're attacking them at least on the seas. So once the defense is complete, counterattack. I'll wait for that. And if we close them up yet, almost. And I think almost sending another one out. That's okay. We'll let them cycle there. Just waiting for that to defend. Soviets are attacking us across the lines because we've weakened the line here a little bit by sending divisions to deal with things. But I think we'll be all right. Okay, so we have managed this. So let's get the counterattack going. And I know that this is across the river, but it widens the front lines, and it'll help wear the enemy divisions down. How's this looking? Okay, yeah, and I think we can just wipe that out with the port guards. That's not a problem. And how's our construction going? Airport should be done. Good. So we can move the, that's kind of what I was waiting for more offensive operations. I can move these over. Actually, leave the fighter wing here. Just move the close air support over and focus on where we're currently assaulting. Northern Norway, I think. Northern Norway has actually a fighter cover. I'm not sure from where. They might have an airport somewhere there. But let's see. We'll bring the. Okay, hang on. Maybe we'll leave the small close air support wing here. Bring the fighters over. Everybody else go there, and then we can launch the operation there. Okay. How is this looking in Narva? Everybody here, please assist with the assault. Start to wipe these divisions out. Still 8 of them. And there, I think we've almost got them. I might need to send somebody around the other side so we don't have to attack across the river here. It's less than ideal. Let's take 2 divisions and send them... No. Let's take 2 divisions and send them over to the other side. And you just hold here. So we've got 2 divisions here and the other 2 on the other side. So we'll send them around. They're bottled up in Narva. They can't get out. And as long as they don't make any progress here, we should be good. But given how successful our... Well, this one wasn't. But given generally how successful our naval aviation is here, I'm thinking of getting... How's the air situation? Well, we've got green air here. So Sweden has not brought their fighters in. And we've got a fair amount of naval wings operating here now. I'm thinking of, before the episode ends, and we've got another ace pilot, of creating a new naval bomber design. So we do have the advanced small airframe now, which costs 4 aluminium. Let's see if let's see how far we can get that down with the non-strategic materials. So that's reducing. So that gets it down to 2 aluminium. How much better is this than the other one? Let's compare the airframe. So this is, if I compare that to the Mark 1 Cirque, it does have the better agility and base thrust to weight ratio, definitely. Yeah, the doubled aluminium is a bit of an issue because we do not have an awful lot of aluminium, and in fact I think we have no real option of capturing any aluminium anytime soon, because this is all steel, tungsten, chromium, and I don't see. I think except for Leningrad, we don't really have aluminium anywhere. It's I mean, we would have aluminium here, but that'd be German. And there is really no aluminium within reach, so I think it's probably not worth it. It might not be worth. It might not be worth doing. I mean, let's try to design it and see how much better it would be. So if we were to build this, and we were to give it, in fact, I'm gonna make this a. I think the Cirque Mark 1 only has, yeah, the Cirque Mark 1 is a very cheap, is very cheap equipment. So we could make that a lot more powerful and stick 3. Or can we put 3? How many can we put on the? How many can we put on this one? Did I just not put any more on? No, I could have put any. Could have put 3 here as well. So on a naval strike, that would be 43 naval attack. So I could make that variant effectively, and but that's too much weight for the not with a single engine bomber. Maybe that's why I didn't put it on. Oh yeah, that's probably why. So given that these things have a higher base thrust to weight ratio, what would that look like? How many could we put on? So if we put a single engine plane, engines 3, 1 torpedo, 2 torpedoes, 3 torpedoes, and in a naval strike that would work, but I think it's just not enough because we still have to put the non-strategic materials. No, that doesn't increase anything, and we have to put the floats. That's 1 weight, so that will be getting her overweight. That increases the sub detection, but maybe we can go with this as a Cirque Mark 2, because if we compare that to the Cirque Mark 1, it definitely it has a higher speed, the same range. it's got about the same air defense, slightly less agility, but significantly improved naval attack. What it doesn't get is the sub detection, although it's not shown here. So I'm kind of tempted to. Why can I not save this? Oh, I can't have more than one. That's why. Okay, so that's unfortunate. So it will be looking like this, and it have the exact same naval targeting. So no, it's not actually worth it doing that for the naval bomber. I thought I could have more. Can we make a naval dive bomber? That would be the bomb locks. And could we do a combined torpedo dive bomber? What would be the naval strike capacity of that thing? Okay, cannot be used. Yeah, because you can't combine that. Okay, so if we just did the bomb locks, we did a level 3 engine, and yeah, then maybe we could put dive brakes in. Yeah, the naval attack's just too low. 7 naval attack, and compare that. I think it was 15 on the Cirques. Yeah, I think the torpedo planes are fine. Okay, we'll just stick with that, but we can design ourselves a better close air support, because right now the Larka Mark 1 is a multi-role plane, and I think I'd prefer to have a dedicated close air support plane. Now how well that's in the close air support role. How does that compare if we were to use anti-tank weapons? So these give us 8 ground attack for 8 weight and minus 15 agility, and they give us minus 15 agility, 8 ground attack for 5 weight. So yeah, I don't see why I would use the anti-tank cannon, because the small bomb bay looks generally better, unless I use the anti-tank cannon 2, which gives me 15 ground attack for 12 weight. So let's see if we can do kind of a cannon bird here. We've got a triple engine to work with, and then we can only fit one of these, but we could fit a small bomb bay in there. And then obviously we do have to do the non-strategic materials. So that would be 23 ground attack. Unfortunately, we still have a little bit of weight left over. I could stick the drop tanks on there for extended range. That would get them. Oh, I think I'm alright with that as it is. Air defense is pretty low. We could stick a twin defense turret. We still got the. Actually, that gives me air attack, not air defense. It reduces my agility though. For air defense, I think I would need the things like self-sealing fuel tanks, but that costs a rubber, which I don't have. Or I could put armor plates on, which would reduce the range. The air defense is bad due to the fact that we make them out of wood. So I think that's just something we're gonna have to live with. I could stick another small bomb bay in there. There we go. We've still got, yeah, that leaves us within the thrust to weight ratio. 31 ground attack compared to the multi-role Mark 1 Larka, which has 16. So that about doubles the ground attack on the Mark 1s. So that would be, given that we've already got the Mark 2 as the fighter, that would be the Larka Mark 3. Let's save that design, and we switch over the multi-role to the Mark 3s. We'll see how that looks in terms of rubber. That definitely needs a different image. This is not bad. That looks pretty much like what we've got down here. Okay, Larker Mark III CAS. So we can switch the Mark 1s. Okay, I do have to close that first. So the Mark 1s can switch to the Mark 3s, which is overtaxing our aluminium a little bit. But we'll see how well it goes. Still get some Soviet attacks going here. And we'll deal with the Narva incursion next time. I think we can wear these down, and then that's another 8 Dutch divisions deleted when we get to it. Last things last. Let's. I don't have recon planes. I don't have the materials to build them. But let's focus on submarine things for now. Improved torpedo launcher, get that going, so we can start building some submarines. And yeah, we are starting to sink some significant amounts of shipping now in the Baltics, which probably is the way to go. So while the Americans are not here, and I think they are not, we don't really see a lot of Americans on the ground. I think it's mostly just British, a couple of Turkish divisions, and the Poles who are really salty about this here. We may have a bit of a window at the moment to dealing with things. I don't know where the Americans are busy. Maybe they are fighting the Soviets. We'll find out. But the next episode we will restart with air support, the assault into Norway, and see if we can do some additional damage to the Allied divisions. And we'll switch some. We can now add our artillery. There we go. We'll switch some divisions over here to the breakthrough division, the breakthrough artillery cavalry divisions. That's what I was trying to say. Anyway, thanks everybody. I will see you all next time. Bye bye.